What presence do these card companies currently have in Cuba?
Sure, yeah, that's right, Mark. Well, MasterCard and Visa are widely accepted at hotels, car rental agencies, and official restaurants and shops, with the caveat that they cannot be issued by a United States bank or financial institution. So right now, they're issued by like Barclays or HSBC. Diners Club, which is part of Discovery, is also accepted, although to a much lesser extent. American Express, in case you're wondering, well, those cards are not accepted anywhere on the island. I spoke to Bloomberg's credit card expert, that's Elizabeth Dexheimer, and she told me that perhaps American Express stands to benefit the most because they're going from zero to some possible exposure.
Mia, how big of an opportunity is this for the credit card company?
Yeah, that's the big question that we're all trying to figure out. I've been working the phones, talking to analysts. One that I spoke to was Kevin McVeigh. He's a managing director of U.S. equities research at Macquarie Capital, and he told me that it would be good for MasterCard and Visa because essentially they're going to get incremental revenue, but that it wouldn't be meaningful from an earnings perspective. I also spoke to an analyst, Josh Olson from Edward Jones, and he told me that Cuba will not likely have a material impact on growth. But Mark, let me put this in perspective. You were just talking about Russia, which is much larger than Cuba. It represents only between 1 to 2% of payment volume for these credit card players. So while both payment networks, Visa and MasterCard, will likely participate in any opportunity in Cuba, assuming that the operating costs there are in line with other geographies, the aggregate impact, so that total impact, Mark, well, that's probably going to be likely less than 1%. That said, cross-border transactions are a substantial part of Visa's revenue. I dug through their annual report. Roughly, as you can see on your screen, a third of their operating revenue.
Then what are the challenges?
Well, this morning I spoke with Secretary Carlos Gutierrez. He's the former U.S. Secretary of Commerce from 2005 to 2009 under George W. Bush. And it was interesting, fascinating talking to him because he says, and I'm quoting here, that this could be a nightmare for credit card companies. What's unclear, essentially, is how is this going to work? The Cuban government may charge an extraordinary fee, which may be unacceptable for these credit card companies. Overall, there are a couple of challenges, and we're talking predominantly a cash-run society and the lack of merchant acceptance. So some things to think about. This is not going to happen overnight.